It was all a lie. Macros sold us a vision he never believed in. He would destroy us. We just didn't know it yet. We were warriors, but he turned us against each other. Brother against brother. And despite all the maneuvers and all the strategy, in the end, it was going to be either me or him. Macros was the better warrior that day. He left me for dead, but I survived. Macros thinks the war is over, but our fight has just begun.
카운터 플레이 게임즈가 개발하고 기어박스가 퍼블리싱하는 갓폴은 차세대 게임기 PS5와 런칭하며 많은 기대를 모아왔습니다. 캐릭터는 신의 방어구를 활용한 플레이로 다양한 공격을 펼치고 이 방어구 선택에 따라 총 3가지 클래스로 게임을 시작합니다. 화려하고 고급스러운 외형의 갑옷을 갖춘 캐릭터들이 어떤 전투를 펼치는지 이번 영상에서 소개되는데, 근접 전투에 초점을 맞춘 게임인 만큼 소울리에 익숙한 플레이어라면 즐길만한 것으로 판단됩니다. 최대 3인의 코옵 멀티플레이도 가능하기에 싱글 캠페인과 함께 즐길 수 있습니다. 특히 12개의 별자리에서 착안한 갑옷 디자인이 인상 깊으며 무기별로 전투 스타일이 바뀌어서 그런 부분에서 중점적으로 다루는 영상이라 보면 됩니다. 상대의 공격을 쳐내는 패리는 기본이며 웨이브 어택이나 광역 스킬로 다수의 적을 기절시키는 모습 등을 확인할 수 있을 겁니다. 2020년 말에 출시 예정인 갓폴은 PS5와 PC로만 출시될 예정입니다.
You play a Valorian knight, a godlike warrior able to equip valor plates, legendary armor sets that transform you into an unstoppable master of melee combat. Throughout your journey, you'll find ancient valor plates lost in time, each with their own characteristics and long history. Now let's talk about gameplay in Godfall. First, our team wanted to do something different. We wanted to combine action RPG loot progression with third-person melee combat to create what we think is a looter slasher. Our game is therefore one part gear-driven and one part player skill-driven. In other words, not only do we want you to find exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits, but we also want you to have that feeling of accomplishment for mastering the wide set of combat mechanics available to you in Godfall. From a combat philosophy perspective, the melee combat in Godfall is intended to be fluid, dynamic, and interactive, embracing offense over defense. More often than not, you'll be facing multiple enemies at the same time. As a result, you should always be moving and closing the gap on enemies. Also, you dominate the combat space, not the enemies, and the game rewards you for being aggressive. Now that you're familiar with the combat philosophy, let's dig into the weapons themselves. In Godfall, there are 5 weapon classes: the Longsword, the Dual Blades, the Polearm, the Two-Handed Warhammer, and the Two-Handed Greatsword. Each weapon class has their own unique movesets and playstyles ranging from fast combos to more strategic, deliberate play. As you defeat enemies in your adventures, you will acquire numerous weapons for each weapon category, each weapon with their own primary and secondary traits. At a later date, we will delve into the weapon classes and how to modify them in greater detail. For now, we'll go over the Dual Blades and the Longsword Weapon classes. The Dual Blades are the fastest weapon class in Godfall, embodying speed, fluidity, and mobility. The Dual Blades are exceptional against soft, unarmored targets or single targets. You can perform a combo by executing 4 consecutive light attacks. The Dual Blades heavy attack is a spinning blade cyclone. The blade cyclone can also be used as a finisher at the end of your light attack combo. So what are the signature moves for the Dual Blades? As you build up charge, you can also activate Inner Focus, which is unique to the Dual Blades, which inflicts massive damage in a short period of time. There's also Mortal Coil, where you can throw your blade into an enemy, pulling the enemy towards you, like pulling a cable. Now let's switch to the Longsword Weapon class. Longswords are balanced weapons, embodying crisp damage and simple cooldowns without needing a lot of elaborate combo setups. Similar to Dual Blades, Longswords have their own 4-hit light attack combo. Then there's the heavy attack finisher, which can be used at the end of your light attack combo. There are 3 signature moves for the Longsword class. There's Spectral Flurry, which cannot be interrupted and deals high damage to multiple nearby targets. Then there's Spiral Technique, which eviscerates all enemies in a straight fixed path. Notice there's a white flash after a longsword swing called a timing attack. If you press the shield button exactly at the same time, you'll perform a devastating shield uppercut with your longsword. The shield is a core part of Godfall. It's available to you throughout the entire game. You can always block incoming attacks with your shield. If you press the shield button at the right time, you can also parry an attack. You can perform a light attack after a last-second shield block to counterattack with a powerful shield strike. The shield is great not just for defense, but also offense. You can aim and throw your shield, which will hit multiple nearby targets. If you tap the shield button just as you catch your shield, you can perform a powerful wave attack. You can double tap the shield button to petrify enemies. And of course, you can perform an R3 ground finisher on enemies that were knocked down to the ground.
구독 옆에 종모양을 눌러서 전체 알림으로 설정하면 더 좋은 영상들을 만날 수 있습니다.